But
things people were saying about it kind of turned me away from it.
I should go back and re-listen to what you said then, because I'm so sure it was negative.
No,
But yeah,
lies, blatant lies.
since, let's see, March 6th, I've been cracking out on Mass Effect 3, and that's basically all I've been playing. And the funny thing is, to me, it's like, I'm looking at my 2 copies of the collector's edition of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I'm just like, why the hell did I buy this game?
I asked the same question.
I do.
So, I mean...
I should have bought it, but I was like, I gotta buy it, but then, like, no. Yeah, that was, whatever.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Too late.
Say it.
Capcom got their money, so I guess they're happy. But, yeah, Mass Effect 3. I have, like, a whole page of notes I'll just read. And,
oh, my.
Yeah. Oh, before I start, people that are, like, all raging about the ending, please, really, like, it wasn't that bad. And, like, it's not the end of the world. Get over it. Seriously. It's, I don't understand it. Like, I did, like, okay, the only thing I took away from that was, like, there was not a, like, finite closure in, like, the stuff that went down at the end, but, like, besides from that, it wasn't as terrible as people are saying. If you're reading things on the internet, where people are like, oh, it's the worst ending, blah, 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 terrible ending, blah, blah. I mean, yeah. The only reason I didn't like it is because I wanted a parade, and I wanted a parade, okay, and I didn't get a parade. So besides there not being a parade, and there not being, and, like, there could have been, like, more closure towards the end. As if, like, if you look at, like, the end of Mass Effect 2, and there's, like, decent, like, oh, the Reapers are coming, like, Mass Effect 3, they kind of, like, they tie it up, but it's like, there could, like, be more stuff to tie it up of, like, other characters of, like, what went down, but they didn't, like, go back and have an epilogue of, so, 6 months later, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, yeah. But I guess, but then, like, obviously, with the scene after the credits where, like, the dudes are like, oh, well, that's the end of the story, time to go to bed. And then the child's like, oh, but I want to hear more about the Shepherd. So, you know, obviously, DLC incoming, so... But like I said before, I don't care. Bid me over Bioware, I'll pay. So yeah,
Why?
I'd rather not. But you know that what was on the disc was like a full featured game, and I enjoyed it. So I'm not going to be all like, oh, the ending, oh, everything was so awesome, but the ending, oh, I'm going to complain like there's no tomorrow because it was so bad, which it wasn't. It was yeah, could have been better. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, my first note here is that. Okay, so Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3 to me is like except with the exception of exploration, they basically did the best job so far of like combining what they did like when like in Mass Effect 2 when they like did stuff to like strip out RPG elements and it kind of made me angry and like they streamlined a lot of stuff. I was like, oh, that's all the RPG elements are gone now. No, that's more action game. So they did a good job of reconciling stuff that they did in 2 and like bringing back elements of 1 to make it more RPG gamer friendly. So I was like, yay! So basically, they raised the level cap, which in like Mass Effect 1 it was really, really high. So in this one it's really high because you get more experience for like doing stuff. So it's like, yay, there's more stuff to do for experience. So I feel like I'm leveling up. So I feel like I'm playing an RPG as opposed to like barely ever getting any experience. It's not as broken as 1, though, where it's like, oh, I kill someone, experience. Oh, I hack something, experience. Oh, I opened a door, experience.
How's that broken? You do get experience. You get experience in hacking, experience in killing things.
I mean, well, yeah, it made sense. It was just like, it was like you got, it was just weird that you got experience for everything. Because it's like, wow.
Well, that's kind of how life works, Tekken. You get experience for doing things. It's kind of how it works.
It just seemed like it was like a lot of stuff that you were getting experience for.
It's not just like at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you just experienced a day. Here's some experience points for random things. No, you get experience by doing different things, so you get experience as you're doing them. So it's kind of how that works.
Okay, made sense. Never mind. Well, I'm trying to remember why I didn't like that. But I don't think I didn't like it. I think it was just like weird because it was always constantly popping up like XP. So it's like, wow, I'm getting experience a lot for a lot of things. But yeah, and this one it's like you go to get some meta gel, and instead of like it in Mass Effect 2, it's like, oh, you got some credits. It's like experience, or like you read a data pad that's lying around, and it's like experience. It's like, yeah, they brought it back. Yeah. Actually, maybe that's what maybe it made me happy because I was like, yeah, it's more like Mass Effect 1. Yay, that was so awesome, getting experience for everything. So yeah. Okay, and then, it's really cool the way, oh, dudes. So it's really cool what happened. Actually, it's not cool, but like, it was an accident child of awesome where it was like, oh, that wasn't cool, but it was cool later on. So basically, I still couldn't import my like 360 saves, so it's like I'm stuck with like default FimChip. And then like, I had my FimChip on PS3 like work, so it's like I had my Mass Effect 2 film chip on PS3, but I didn't play it since like you can't play the first game. I have like no decisions from the first game carry over into the third game, so I have like no idea what happened to like the people in the third game. So I'm like still waiting to see what happened to Gianna Pericini and Conrad Werner and all those people. So it's like, oh no, I gotta find out what happens, but it'll be a while if they ever fix it, because oh my gosh, whatever. So yeah. Besides that, so basically I ended up using a Shepard that was like 2/3 of a Shepard, and then the just like blank slate Shepard in the 360 version of the default film chip. But it was weird because like when I did that, like it basically like does like Mass Effect 2 but worse, because you don't get to choose your decisions or say, oh, when I did that it was that. It's like, no, our decisions are made for you. Stuff went down, and then like it was so crazy because there's like stuff that happened that like I played through. But my Shepard's like, oh, what was that? Or, oh, who are you? Or it's like, what the F is going on here?
It's like, you know full well who these people are, Shepard.
It's like me as a player, I knew what was going on, but my Shepard didn't, so that was really weird. And I had it on the action setting because I wanted to try that out to see what it was like. Cause, like, basically, what that is you take out the dialogue wheel, and like your Shepard will automatically do like respond to things for you. And man, that was one crazy ride, I've got to say, because it seemed like I have no idea why BioWare did this, but seemed like it was very like aggressively suggesting your Shepard to be renegade the whole time through, and then that was just I was like, wow, why? I was not expecting that, and I went along for the ride, and then the command interrupts in this game. See, in Mass Effect 2, if you do the command interrupts, like not every one ends with someone dying. Mass Effect 3, not so much, because I did that. Stuff went down, and I had some traumatic breakdowns because I might have killed a squad mate or two and been like, I didn't want to do that. I kept playing because I was like, heavy rain style, I'm not going to restart. So I was like, I felt so bad. I hated myself. I was like, wow, this is insane. Is this really happening right now? It was very traumatic. I was like, wow.
But I mean, were these actions like during conversations, or just like happened randomly? Where it's like Ashley walks into the door, she's like, "Hey, Shepard." He's like, "Shut up, Ashley!" Boom, knocks her through an airlock or something.
They were like mid conversation. The prompt comes on, dun dun dun, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, right trigger." I didn't think that Shepard was gonna plot his gun and kill someone, because didn't happen all the time in the second game. I mean, sometimes, but it was like I could tell, like he was like usually like look at his gun and like give him some look. This time he's like, nope, I'm Shepard. I'm a cold-blooded killer. Bam, splat, pop in your face. I was like, no, Shepard, no, Shepard, what did you do? I was like, it was
This is terrific.
I was like, wow. So actually, it was kind of cool because now I have this magical renegade film chip that just does whatever she wants, and it was very interesting how that Shepard. I was like, wow, that was so cool because like that combined with like all my choices that I didn't get to make that were just crazy stuff. That it was like basically this game, the way that my third game was set up in that version was like stuff that I had not done yet with my decisions. So it was like I had like a completely different playthrough from like whenever I get to input my 100% Paragons in to like see the good side and not the, wow, this is weird because I didn't kill the council, or that was, whew, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, you can either kill or save them. So, but like it's really cool. Like that is like something cool because even when you do that, like the blah, blah, that decision is basically you get like 3 completely different counselors, and like the voice acting is completely different, so that was really awesome. And then like the way they perceive you because you either killed them or saved them. It's like, yeah, that's really cool.
It's like, we can't trust this guy. He's a third council die.
Let's see. So yeah, that's really cool how I got like a film chip with like completely different stuff going down from like when I played on PS3, and like the setting is different, and like all the stuff that went down is different. And I was like, wow, that's like a completely fresh experience. And I thought it was gonna be dreading playing through without being able to do anything. It's really interesting too playing it on like the action, because I was like, why are they defaulting to Renegade? And like, I'm gonna play it through again and like not do that. When it's
so wait, there's just an option for you to just like turn off the dialogue thing.
Yeah, there's 3 different settings. There's role playing, which is like the traditional Mass Effect experience where like you do the dialogue well, and there's action, which is just you play through it and then but like when the conversations happen, it's automatic and you don't get to choose any dialogue. And then there's narrative, which I'm playing through now on my second playthrough on the 360, where it's like you choose a dialogue, but the combat is extremely easy. So it's like I'm just since I played through Insanity my first time through on 360, I'm
Makes
just like
sense.
gonna check through on that to see what it's like, and then it's really like so far it's like really easy. So it's like, and I didn't get my second playthrough achievement since I didn't get to import my character, so I'm just doing that because it's like I want to see what it's like if like someone had never played, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna play for the story, and this combat's gonna be super easy. Cause it's really weird because like that difficulty is even under casual, which is like super easy anyway. So I'm like, wow, this must be. Because so far it's like you just shoot him a couple of times and they die. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I just want to like blow through the game and not have to worry about any of the combat. So, guess it works. But yeah, back to my list of stuff. I almost forgot where I was going here. But yeah. So, okay, this is why I said that. So basically, I've like no playthroughs where I save Kaiden and like he's dead in all of them.
Sure.
But in my default Shepherd for 360 that I just started up on Action, like Kaiden was your sidekick, and I was like, whoa, you're not dead.
It's like, what are you doing here?
So that was really weird. And then
So I guess even BioWare knew that Ashley was expendable.
Actually, I think what happens is if you choose the Fem chip, you get Kaiden, and if you choose Dude chip, you get Ashley. But I haven't tried that out yet. So then, yeah, that was cool because when I was playing my Fem chip on PS3, she was all like questioning me about my involvement with like Cerberus, and I was like, it was really cool because like I was like hoping that would like set up a future cat fight with Miranda when she shows up, but that's not how stuff goes down because apparently.
Miranda's such a punk.
I was like, because Cerberus is like even way off they've gone like way more rogue in the third game, and like everybody's like, not everybody's like.
How could they go more rogue, Tekken? They were never like on the.
Hey, they stopped collectors and stuff. So when the Alliance would not do anything while people were getting.
Wow, you're really drinking the Kool-Aid, aren't you?
Hey, someone needed to save the day, and they're like, hey, Commander Shepard, well, unless you have this awesome ship and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying they're like good at all. I'm just saying,
Because they aren't.
When stuff was going down and stuff needed to be done, and then the Alliance wouldn't step in.
But they were doing it for their own selfish reason. They weren't doing it to save humanity. I mean,
yeah, that's true. However, when you're Shepard, it's like you can either help them or hinder them. You can be like, oh, I'm going to give this data to Cerberus, or I'm not, or I'm going to keep this for myself, or give it to the Alliance, but I'm going to give it to Cerberus. Cause
that's pretty much how I played. Out of spite. I was like, suck it, elusive man. Suck
But it was like weird because like the whole time I was playing the Sega game, I was like, as a renegade, I was like, why can't you align yourself with Cerberus? And then like after finally getting to the third game, I'm like, oh well, now I can see why they never gave you that option because yeah. And then because I'd like kind of broken the third game if you're like with them, but that would been a cool experience to like be on Team Cerberus versus everybody, whatever.
This is like a lot of work. You already have to fight the giant space roaches. You want to have to deal with the entire universe as well.
Oh, and then like the From Ashes DLC, that is pretty cool. And I'm disappointed that was like DLC that was like not on the disc, and it was like something you had to buy.
That's the day one stuff?
Yeah, that's the day one thing. 'Cause it's so cool because like you get Squad Mate, who's really awesome, and like their story's really awesome, and like all the dialogue they have with like people outside of your ship is awesome. So it's like, man, that is like effed up because that's so cool. I can't believe they did that and like didn't have it for people that just like bought it, but whatever.
I guess I'll have to wait for the Game of the Year edition.
And then I have a note on here how the Normandy has an extra deck in the third game because in the second game. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm on it.
I was like, wait a minute, some of these don't exist. What's going on here?
So you have like Captain's Quarters, CIC, the crew lounge, and then engineering. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one they added in the cargo bay, which is in the first game, but they took it out. So it's like you have an extra bay there where you can like choose your weapons and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And there's some people to talk to. So yeah. Oh, and all the extra dialogue that you get from like your people outside of missions when you're talking to them on the ship, so good. Like some of it is like hilarious and just like. And just like some of it is just like hilarious and makes you laugh, and like some of it is just really good because it's like the stuff that goes down in their game is like everybody's like on edge, and so like sometimes there's just like people are like snapping with each other. It's like, wow, like people, we need to like come together here. We need to be all.
Not
Like-
biting each other's heads off, but I mean, I guess that goes to show though, because like you said, even in like the default thing, Shepard's choosing all the renegade action and just popping caps at random people, regardless of what's going on. So everybody's a little jittery. So it happens.
And it's cool because like they took the system from like Mass Effect 2 when you'd have squad mates arguing and you have to like step in and like do something with like a dialogue choice. But like they didn't have it to where it's as severe as like someone might die from this decision. To where it's like you can just like side with person A or person B, and it's cool because it's like not just within the ship. There's like parts when you're on the Citadel and like people are like talking about stuff, and it's like you can side with like this person or this person, and like you I don't think it like affects anything. I just think it like you have like a reputation meter, and like I don't know how that works, but like basically you have a reputation meter, and then like you have two sides of it, which is like Paragon and Renegade. But like it always goes up no matter what, and then depending on what you do, it will be Paragon or Renegade. But it's pretty cool because like people be talking like randomly, and you can just like go into this NPC conversation and be like, oh, I agree with this person, or no, you're wrong, shut your mouth, you're wrong, and then like
Shoots them in the head.
no, you don't do it.
Oh.
I'll just like say something about like, oh, blah 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 blah, and like say some line of dialogue that like agree or disagree. Is pretty cool. Cause oh man, Joker made it. There's a part like late in the game. I wanted to punch Joker in the face like so bad because he was like being mean to Liara, and I was like, oh no, Joker.
Maybe she deserved it.
Like, no. See, cause like basically, I guess I'm not gonna give it away, but he's like asking her something that is like very personal and being a jerk about it.
Like, did you guys do it?
Like over no.
Like, did you bang Shepard again now that you hopped on board the ship? Already giving it up even though you only been here for like 3 seconds? Yeah. Good job at that, Asari. Good job.
So you can be all siding with Liara, which I did every time, so I don't know how it's different, and be like, hey, Joker, go back to flying the ship, okay? Gosh, you're a jerk. Or you can side with Joker, but I don't know what happens if you side with Joker.
You should probably side with Joker, because that Liara chick, she's kind of a whore. So I would go ahead and do that.
Self-RPG.
Not to mention, wasn't she, like, somewhat shady in this? Because, I mean, she became all...
She wasn't shady. She was just... Okay, it was a dark time in Mass Effect 2, okay?
Wow, you really are going to bat for her, aren't you?
She had, like, she had to get business done to save Shepard. Because stuff went down.
I guess
and
this
she's
explains
all
why
like,
you're on Cerberus' side.
Just like Cerberus, when the Alliance will not step in when you have been blown out of your ship and like you're all comatose in some stasis thing, Liara's all like, oh, I gotta do this.
I think that was called Death Tekken.
Hey.
I'm not sure that counts as a coma. You were kind of dead.
No. Well, when Jacob says you're dead or comatose, or does he say you're comatose or worse? Either way.
No. They make it pretty clear you were dead. I don't think there was.
Project Lazarus, this is man, steps in.
Because even the name of the project kind of hints at that. So, I mean, pretty sure you were dead.
Well, you know, it was either that or get taken by the collectors, and luckily the artist all like, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna... She does kind of, like, flap the handle, though, like, to be all, you know... Do you wanna... Are you ever faced a Starry Commander unit? Because I will hit you with a biotic force so powerful it will fillet you. And it's like, wow, they are.
See, stuff like that? Not normal.
What happened between now and the first game when you were such a nice Prothean archer?
I was just about to say, wasn't she like a researcher or something in the first game, and now she's filleting people? Boy, war really does change you, doesn't it?
Oh, another cool thing they had was like basically before, whenever you left the ship, is like you'd be with your squad mates, but now it's just Shepard when like he leaves the ship. So basically, you can leave the ship, go somewhere, and like meet up with another squad mate and be like, so. How's your day doing? Or it's like it's not like this, but it's like you have these like really cool like personal conversations with your like squad mates outside of the Normandy to like talk about stuff. It's pretty cool. There's this really cool one with Garrus, where it's like total BFF moment of like Garrus or Shepard and Vicarian for life. And it's like, yeah, Garrus, I always liked you. Thumbs up. And yeah. But it's weird because like I was like wishing that they like after finishing the game and like having all that dialogue, I was like wishing that they would sorry. Okay, so after finishing the game, I was like wishing that they would have taken that concept further that they had there, and like you could like be all, so Liara, what are you doing later? Let's go hang out in the Citadel for a date or something, or have some like dating sim, very light dating sim, elements there. That'd been pretty cool. Instead of just like going to the Citadel to be like, hey, oh, you have new dialogues. You're just gonna repeat that line over and over and over. Awesome. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Then my next note is the side quests have never felt more important for you to complete and still work within the context of the story. So basically, it's funny because like when you first get to the Citadel and you're talking to a commander or not, well, Captain Bailey, but he's been promoted to Commander Bailey. He's all like, yeah. I'm head of CSIC now, but half of my job is diplomatic BS. I've got to solve all these other people's problems, blah blah blah. Which is like obviously like an in joke of like Shepard always solving everybody else's problems. And so like it's cool because like in this game, like the side quests are not just like go here, do this fetch quest, blah blah blah. It's actually like stuff that's tied into like the Galactic War thing that I'm not going to get into because it takes too long to explain it. It's just basically assets to like help you in the end. So basically, like, you have to go and do stuff, but when you go and do stuff, it always helps you towards your final battle. So it's like, it makes sense to, like, go and do those side quests and not just be like, oh, I'm just gonna not help this person, or I'm just gonna not do this to... And when you do that stuff, it's stuff that makes sense. Like, you have to go retrieve artifacts or things that... Well, there's like two different types of, like, side quests. Like, there's some stuff where it's just, like, you scan the galaxy and you'll find something. And there's actually, like, the side quest where it's, like, you go to the planet and, like, battles happen, or, like, battles and dialogue, and you meet people and stuff like that. And, like, all the stuff when you go out and find stuff is, like, makes sense because it's always, like, some sort of, like, relic or artifact that character needs to, like, motivate their forces to, like, do better in the final battle or something. Or it makes sense within the context of the story.
See,
like,
those are the kind of side quests you need in games, not just like some random fetch quests and rinse and repeat here over and over again. Stuff like in Oblivion and everything that people keep praising it for whatever god awful reason, and it's like none of this has relevance to what's going on. Why is everybody so happy to do this stuff? But with Mass Effect 2, where you had like the loyalty missions or whatever, where it's like the side missions actually pertain to the characters and helping them become a better part of your team and everything. And it's like those are the kind of side missions you should have or side quests you should have in your games, not just some crap to throw in there just to give somebody something to do to fluff out your game because there's no substance there. So
it's actually pretty cool too because like all the N7 missions, the maps from all of those are in the multiplayer, so like every time you're playing a multiplayer map, you'll be like, oh, this is from that one mission, or oh, this is from that one part. So that was like really cool when like I saw that, because I played the single player first, and then I played the multiplayer. I was like, oh, they used all these maps in the single player. That's so cool. So I'm glad that they did that. Even though most multiplayer games do that, but like not all of them do, so that's pretty cool. And then like when you're doing like a mission like the N7 missions, when like you go to like a place to stop whatever from going down, it's always to like it's just to like stop the bad guys, so that makes sense because you have to stop the bad guys. Let's see. Oh, okay. My next note is everyone in all caps. So everyone is suffering and needs help. Because of this, the scope and scale of the story and Shepard's struggle are easily impressive and relatable. So yeah, like I said, whenever you're helping an NPC, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to leave this problem here to resolve it or not be resolved because it's not important at all. Haha. It's like, oh, I should probably do this so it doesn't come back and bat me in the butt because I don't know I could or couldn't because so much is going down. I don't know, so much is going wrong. It's really cool too because like towards the end, man, this is like, or not towards the end, but like just there's like random parts where it's like for the first time, Shepard's like, I don't know if we can do this, dudes. But I like the whole time I'm going to be like, dude, Shepard, we can do this. I want to give you a high five or something, but I couldn't, so.
Oh.
Or there's like just like a constant, like, it is just like so dark, man. It's like even darker than like the second game of just like, I don't know, dudes, can we do this? Because it is like everybody is on fire and like
literally,
you don't have enough fire hydrant liquid or however that works to spray it on everybody and put out the fires. It's like, oh, someone's gonna die, so. I'm going to try to use this fire hydrant to save us all, but at the end of the day, it's going to run out of fire hydrant liquid, and someone's got to melt.
You mean water?
No, well, water, it doesn't exactly always put out fires, does it?
Well, not grease fires. Makes them worse. But I mean, everyone's not covered in grease, are they? Like, what's going on here? I don't know. Are the Arachne in this one?
Oh, see, that's okay. That's like one of the few flaws, besides like the no finite closure at the end, is that like the stuff that you did in Mass Effect 2, since I haven't been able to play with Mass Effect 1 stuff, is that like it's like there, but is very brief and like it's like a very side note of, oh, remember when you did this in that last game? Here we go, and it's like a cutscene or like very like 30 seconds. Like what happened? Like Captain Kirrahe is in the game for like what 30 seconds or something crazy. It's like or someone that like if you like you meet in the first game, like if you play the demo, I think Captain Kirrahe is in it, and like that's basically the only time he's in the game. So it's like yeah, outside of that, well, and he might be at the very end of the final battle, but since I haven't been able to get him in my game, so I haven't been able to import a shepherd where he lives. I'm not sure. So.
Wonderful. They still haven't patched that yet or something? That's kind of...
Nope, they have not.
Not cool at all.
So I've been stuck with my default and PS3 Vimgineer, so yeah.
Because the 360 is the only one where I have my save, so it's like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, and I never finished the PC version of the second game, so I've yet to do stuff. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like they also have like Zaid and Kasumi if you have them, but they're like barely in the game. They're there, but then like after they do their thing, they basically just go to help with the final battle, and it's like you don't get to talk to them. They send you like a mail, but after that, it's like they're like in there very briefly, and like that's it. It's like aw, so they have like a cameo, but outside of that, it's like aw, I want more. Or like if you're like a fan of them, you're like aw, I wanted to see them more.
They kind of just stick their head in the crew rooms, like, "Hi, Shepard, bye, Shepard." It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like so weird because like they do that with like all of your squad mates from the second game that were like your recruitables that were not in the first game. It's like, oh hey Jack, oh Jack's gone now, or oh Samara, oh she's gone now.
Oh, she was already gone in mine. I fixed that.
Or Jacob and Miranda, or oh they're like in there and then they're gone. Well, Miranda kind of shows back up, and you have like this mission with her that's pretty cool. But it's kind of like a side note, not very meaty, as opposed to like everybody that like stays with you the whole time. So it's like,
so wait, do you have like another set of new crew members this time around, or
you? Oh man, I guess that's the other negative for me anyway. It was like the new crewmates, like 2/3 of them did not like, and then like only one of them I thought what they did with them was cool. The other two was like F them. So.
Because I was kind of looking forward to like...
But that's kind of like a biased opinion because I already liked all the crew, like the squad from like the first two games. So it's like when they introduce new characters in the final game, it's kind of like not a good idea. It's like why do they do this? So
instead of just bringing everybody back around.
Especially when one of them's a human, I'm like, wow, humans are so boring in this universe. And your story is kind of lame, so go F yourself. And I'd never used them, so yeah.
Yeah. That makes me sad.
The whole time I was like, well, if I need someone to be sent in for some mission that they might die, haha, top of the list you go.
Human. Like, the meat
another
bag.
Human. I don't need you.
Well, they are kind of expendable. All the other alien races have like some kind of cool special skills and abilities and stuff. It's like, yeah, you're a lot more useful than these meat bags over here.
I guess I should say, like, I didn't like 2/3 of them. I'd like one of them was really awesome, and the other one was just a jerk, so I didn't like him. And then like the human guy, I was like, go for yourself. So yeah.
Wait, there's only 3 cast members?
Well, you get 3 new squad mates, and then you get Kiner Ashley also joins your party.
Ugh, God. Ugh, that sucks because Kyden's dead in my playthrough, so I'm stuck with Ashley. Why?
So technically you get 4 new squad mates, but one of them is an old squad mate. So
that yeah. I would like to die in a horrible, horrible, fiery explosion of explosives. That is just awful.
See, it was like really weird seeing the makeup of the squad after the second game of like, oh, where'd all my and then like after playing through and like seeing them for like 30 seconds and being like, oh, well they have to go do this thing that's important, and I was like, oh, I'm stuck with the human.
That's even worse now. Like I always kept Tali and Garrison.
Yeah,
my main points for the whole thing.
For me, Mass Effect 3 is basically the Liara and Garrus show, and everybody else go for yourselves because you're not. Well, if there's one person that's really awesome, but it's kind of a spoiler to say who they are. So
don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Don't Spoil it.
And, Ashley, she's racist, so she's automatically crossed off the list.
Yeah, I just hope there's like a renegade option for her when you're talking to her. It's like, oh no, watch out for that bullet I just shot at you. Your face.
But yeah, let's see. Where was that? Did I say this one? Oh, I did, I think. No, I didn't. I think. Okay, anyway. So they have like this cool segment with when you're Shepard of like stuff they haven't done before, and like it's really cool. I'm not gonna say what I'll say what I wrote, even though it sounds pretentious. Whatever. We do something with Shepard that I wanted them to do last game, but instead of it being a dialogue tree sequence, it's playable and uses the strength of the medium to create an amazing and compelling scene. So basically, Mass Effect 1, they had this really cool moment when you're talking with Ashley. And like she goes
There's
into like
no such thing as a cool moment of talking with Ashley. Just want to point that out.
so you're talking with her, and she goes into this thing about like religion and the afterlife, and you have like this conversation about that, which is really cool. In the second game, they had like this complete awesome like opportunity to be all like, so Shepard, when you were comatose, did you have any like sort of body or when you were dead, did you have any like type of out of body or afterlife experience? Blah blah blah. But they totally didn't. So it's like, oh, that was a miss. But then like this one, they totally redeemed themselves because like there's these interesting sequences that happen which are pretty bleak and dark. And I was like, wow, that was kind of depressing, BioWare, I think.
I think that was kind of the point of the game, though.
It was a downer, man. Seriously, Mass Effect 3, like, no parade at the end. I was like, man, sad face. But I still liked it, so whatever. And then I put on my next note. On that note, the dialogue interrupts are even more well done and satisfying. I wrote this before I played through Renegade. But I gotta say it's pretty cool when like you go to do that and like you don't know what's gonna happen and something happens and like all of a sudden you're like, holy crap. No, Shepard, put the gun down. Why? Why, Shepard? Why, Jump, did you do that? I didn't know you were gonna go there. Man, that was a depressing night when I was like
just like running through crewmates. Like,
why did I do that? That's crazy. I did not think I was gonna go there, but they went there. It's like, wow, definitely something you couldn't do in the second game. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, to be fair. I mean, Shepard really doesn't have time to play mediator this time around. So it's like, hey, it's either you're with me or you get shot in the face. So.
All right, and then I put the nav point is improved. So instead of pushing the right thumbstick in and having it just like show you an arrow, it's actually like on the screen of like where you need to go next if you push that button. So it's not like, oh, let me keep clicking this thing to point me wherever. Yeah.
Wait, there was a navigation thing in that?
Yeah, in Mass Effect 2, if you held down the right stick, it would like point you where you needed to go. And in this one, it's
I don't think I ever used that.
An actual like spot where it's like go here. It kind of like takes it from like the shooter games where it's like this is your next point of interest. Go to this nav point. And then this is my last my ding is the quest in the journal could be more helpful in giving direction on where to go, because like you'll get a quest, because like I said, if you walk by an NPC and they're talking about something, it'll like pop up in your journal of this is your next quest or this is the side quest, but it won't say go to this specific galaxy part on the map to scan this specific area like it does in Mass Effect 1 and 2. It'll just say, oh, you have a quest, and like no direction at all of how to get it done or where to go to get it done. So that was a bit annoying at the end, because I was like, okay, did I do this one? Did I not? And then, that's the other thing. After you complete it, it won't say, oh, this is done and ready to turn in. It's still on there, like for whatever reason, like not. It just has like a like thing of like this, like it just says a description of what the quest is. It never changes to finished or not finished or go here to turn this in. So yeah, that was my last note on that. And besides that, awesome single playerness. I've been cracking out on the multiplayer nonstop. So.
Ew.
And it's awesome too, because unlike the demo, I've now unlocked all the different races. So I have a Solarian. Oh wait, no, I don't have a Drell yet. Actually, so I have all the races except for Drell. So I have a Quarian Engineer and a Solarian Engineer and a Quarian Infiltrator. Krogan Soldier, yes, they're so awesome. They're still BAMFs. And a Turian Soldier, and I'm patiently waiting to get a Drell Vanguard, hopefully, 'cause they're so awesome. Or Joel or drill ADEP because ADEPs are awesome too. So, but
That's all they know how to be is awesome. That's all they know how to be.
Yeah, the multiplayer is still awesome and fun like it was in the demo. So, I have yet to get all my classes to level 20, and then hopefully by the time I do that, there's some new maps or something. Because once I do that, I'm like, what do I do now? Except for try to. Well, I guess you can still keep trying to unlock cool stuff. So. But yeah, that's Mass Effect 3. Dragon Quest 4, played some. I'm got all the party together now, and I'm trying to go somewhere out west, but I can't find it, so yeah.
Did you try looking at the map?
Yes, I did look at the map because it's on the top screen, and then after I couldn't find it, I was like, I'm just gonna go to every city and talk to everybody. And
was there a door blocking your way?
Shut up. So now I'm just gonna go look at the guide and get it done that way. But yeah, that's it for what I've been playing. Mass Effect, yes. And what I'll probably be playing for the next very long while.
Forever? Possibly,
but not, because there's only 3 games, so, yeah.
Well, that hasn't stopped you before.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, you've still been playing Mass Effect 1, and the game came out years
ago.
So, I mean,
that's true, because I still have stuff to do with my other Shepherds that are not done with Mass Effect 2. But after I couldn't import them, that kind of was a kick to the junk, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just come back to this later, as long as I got my Vim chip that's 100% and my Deed chip that's 100% ready to go, Paragon style. Though I still need to make a playthrough where everybody dies and then import that. So
don't worry, we have the internet. They'll patch it later.
Dang it, BioWare, why? Yeah, that's all I've been playing. So I guess we'll come back after this with our review of the last 2 tester episodes and stuff.